day I had a question asked to me about how to kickstart your spiritual awakening. And I recently did a video on Christ consciousness. So I'm going to tag that video to this video, and that is actually me answering the question of how to kickstart your spiritual awakening, because I go through the steps in that video and it talks about Christ consciousness and what is Christ consciousness, you spiritually awakening. So here we go. Hey babies, it is Tesh here. And before I get on live with Patreon, I wanted to answer a question from one of my followers. They were asking, what is being Christ-like and how do you get there? And I told them that there is no such thing as being Christ-like. I don't know why that statement has came out. It's like a Christian thing to say you're being Christ-like. The whole purpose of Christ-like is to get to your Christ consciousness, okay? Your Christ consciousness. That is where we are all headed to as a collective. That's why you see the changes being made. Things like spirituality is being more practiced instead of religion. People are literally going into spirituality because that is how Christ actually operated. He was never a Christian. That is something that they created in order to have control. Okay, religion is about control, whereas spirituality is about doing the spiritual work. So how do you become Christ-like? How do you encounter that? That is called ascension. Now, I did a video on how to ascend through the dimensions, and I'm going to give y'all a quick little run through so that y'all can fully know how to get to your Christ-like state in life. The first thing you're going to do at your 3D level in life, and that's your surroundings, what you're living, how you're living on a daily basis, you're going to get into this position of judgment about it. That's when you're operating at your 4D. For example, you go to a club, you meet somebody, you have a one-night stand, you wake up the next morning and you're like, who the fuck is this? All right. At that moment, you're called, that's your 4D self saying, what have I done? What is going on in my life that I ended up in a bed with a person like this? Now, in your 5D self, you're going to use your authority in the surroundings. So now you're going to make a decision that I'm never going to drink like that again. I'm never going to have another one-night stand. I'm never going to put myself in a position where my body is being used in a way that I don't want it to be used. This is a great example because I know this era, people are very free with their bodies, and I can imagine the mess that is going on in these streets. Now that you have made that decision and you're being the authority in your life, people will start looking at you and saying, oh, wow, Kim is no longer doing this, and this. Let me go to her and ask her how she did that. And when Kim can now start guiding other people, that's when you're operating at your 6th-dimensional level. Okay, so now you have become an authority on the bad decisions that you've made. That means now that you're judging certain behaviors. The next thing is to now learn how to judge and utilize that judgment. Now meaning you won't even associate with people that hang at certain clubs, but you want to elevate your life in however it is. For me, it was kind of backing off of everybody and cherry picking kind of who, when, and where I want to deal with people at the time that I want to deal with people. And that was for family and friends for me. Now, for other people, it may be not being promiscuous. It may be not being a pushover to any old person that needs help. You know, we all have our different struggles. You see what I'm saying? So wherever this fits, let it fit. Now that you've become that authority and you've learned how to be a judge and utilizing that judgment, now you're moving into experiencing your power and the fruits of your labor from such judgment. So now you're in your 8th D, and when you get to 9th D, you're in your wisdom overall. So you're experiencing, once you start experiencing the nirvana, the peace, the happiness, the joy of not being promiscuous and running amok with all these different people, then you get that wisdom, that full wisdom where you can sit in it. And this can be in any area of your life. That's why you'll have multiple awakenings, multiple transformations during life, because this can be with finances, with romance, with career, with anything in your life. If you're a business owner, if you want to deal with your family and friends or anything to that nature, you'll grow and you'll ascend, and then you'll start the next process with whatever other area in your life that you want to ascend to that. Once you get your life in order and you're walking around in peace, in joy, in happiness, and no one can take that from you, you can find that just within yourself. At that moment, you're living in your Christ-like self. And that is what it means to be Christ-like. Integrity, character, conduct is on point. And you're your own judge. You're not worried about an outside force judging you, because you know you're your own judge, and you know that you tend to do the right thing at the right time for you. And you don't have to steal, lie, murder, or do any type of manipulative tactics that is not becoming of you to get it. And that is why I tell people, demons are all over. When people say when you start spirituality, you're only talking to demons. When you're in church, you're talking to demons. Period. They're in the church, sitting right next to you, looking for that salvation, where the salvation is really in yourself. So there's no such thing as Christ-like, but there is a such thing as Christ through you, through your consciousness. Okay? And when you're living through your Christ consciousness, life is so beautiful on this side. It is so peaceful. Even if a stump in a road comes, you'll notice that the universe just immediately balances it out. And on top of it, you get to this point in your life where you're at this natural singing, this natural dance between you and the universe. And it's just everything. You, the universe, and nature is just at this natural dance. And you'll just start having all those flows of synchronicities and life and happiness. All right, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And if you have any questions, you want to book a reading or just get any more information about magic and anything esoteric, hit me up. I'm at patreon.com/insight by Tesh. Mwah. I'll see y'all later. Bye.